Well, I'm gonna say I was a pretty close guess on getting it set. Definitely be there before 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock be the 24-hour mark. And kind of looks like most of Bam's group's out there yet. Well, not most, but part of. And of course, the yearlings, they're still stupid. Only 4 of them come in this morning. And part of Dino's group was, yeah, they're still down there. In fact, Dino's down there by the pump. There was 2 or 3 cows across the creek from him a little bit ago. But these ladies over here, they say it's time for breakfast. Better get that done. And get the, get the little twerp there that's mooing at me. Get him fed. They eat with those 2 cows every day. They get the pellets that I feed in the morning, and then when Ty gets here, they get the rest of their breakfast, a little bit of grain. Keep them going good. And, yeah. 0.54 inches of rain for the month of June so far. That's pretty good amount of water washing across the driveway yesterday. Being the one good storm was a 1/4 inch. Good morning, Hope. Good morning, Hope. Being shy or coy? Which one is it? Or both? Oh, yes, Tahoe? What would you like? Tahoe want something? What's that about? Silly boy. And they're talking chance of showers this morning, and then it's supposed to be nice. Fun part is, ground's got to dry up before we cut hay too. But I might just go do it. Put it in a tight windrow, let the ground dry, and scatter it the next day. Maybe. We'll see what happens. Got me a doe standing right down there. Hopefully you can see her. She's in the shadows. I try to zoom in, but I think I'm lucky to even be on her at the moment. Waiting for the traveler to come in, so trying to get some gophers or moles, either one. Caught her out of the corner of my eye right here. She stopped behind that cedar tree for a minute. She's just gonna stand over there. Yesterday when we were getting the traveler going, I think I mentioned it. Ty turned the pump on. She couldn't go very far because she had 3 bucks across the bottom in front of her. But it's almost in. And with 8:30, I bumped it up a little bit when I was over there just so it's in earlier. That last little tiny bit, you know. I either wait for an hour or I wait for 15-20 minutes. Got one more move in that piece. And then I think, for lack of anywhere else, we may run it through the little 3/4 piece. That'll give the cows another day on that east hayfield. Of course, really, it's the only place they got at the moment, too. So we may end up bringing that over into this hayfield first, even though it's hasn't been grazed on yet. But she left. But that over there can use some water. Our first run right here gets all that. And the bottom can use some water, but I'm kind of stalling. I got to call into the forester for the electric company. Because for the last 5 years, they're supposed to come and trim down at the pump site. And it never fails. I mean, Asplin, everybody uses Asplin. The one year they came in November and there was 3 feet of water. You couldn't even get to the bridge. Not that they got across the bridge, but you got to get to the gate by the bridge, and that was underwater. And last year when they showed up, we had just run the big traveler in the bottom and laid out about 5 inches of water, and it's like there's no way you're going to get out there without sinking. And it's just been the same thing every year. They show up when it's too freaking wet to get in there. And anyway, I called him and I said, hey, we haven't put water on down there yet, and it's not underwater like it has been when they've shown up before. And of course, yesterday being, you know, a holiday, I'm assuming that's why it went to voicemail. And I haven't heard from him yet this morning, but you never know. You know, he's probably got to get his day straightened out before he returns phone calls. But we're only looking at a couple of days before that's going to be irrigated and too wet to get to. And it's not like Asplund isn't close. They park their trucks across the road from where hay barn is up on the hill. Becky said last weekend there were 12 of them parked there. So it's not like they don't have the crews in the area. I mean, they're not even 3 miles away. And was it Saturday, I watched 2 or 3 of their trucks go by when they were done for the day. I mean, I'm kind of hoping that the forester will come out because they cut on what he says, and it'd be kind of nice if they would do a little extra. There are things that could definitely hit the line, and the biggest problem at the moment is there's big branches and stuff laying on the guy wire. Well, they take that guy wire out, that probably drops all those lines right up through the barnyard and all the way up to the road, and we don't need that. So it's just about time to go move that thing. I think it looks like it's pretty close. Put a bale out here for Dino's group, and they all went in the barn. Just the way it happens, I guess. Traveler's still working nicely. Bam's group was in. Oh wait, she said they all ran to the barn. I see a cow and a calf right down there in the old creek bed where it meets the creek. So, yeah, I ain't got you much. Been a little busy. Sheila wanted to go to there apparently. But, oh, hey, there's feeding the feeder inside. I was wondering who's going to give me $5 to touch the hot wire when she's stepping onto the forks. Yeah, I ain't got to do that to her.
No, I don't need titty fire.
She'll get me back somehow. That's what I don't need. So, and she must have got her a sliver up underneath her nail.
No. It's a sliver, yes.
Oh well, anyway, we've been thinking where to put these, and it's like, yeah, I guess we'll just do it here because everything up here along the edges all dried up and not growing anyway. And yeah, they said maybe some light showers this morning, and we never got that, but probably every half hour you feel a few drops. That's about it. And we're supposed to be like 85 tomorrow and like that for the next week.
It's supposed to be 100 by
And she says they're supposed to be 100 by the end of the week. No, I think I'm calling him dead now. Don't even know where I left off. I think I got some video putting a bale out for Dino's group. Traveler's still going out there. We're going to fix that seat the easy way. The blue 300 sitting in the barn. That seat's going to go on it since nobody's on it, and the seat that's in there with a brand new cover is going to go on this bike for now. We'll get another cover though. And yeah, Becky decided she thought that her dad did have somebody recover that once, and I don't understand the way they did it. Not how I would have done it. And Usmall brought this today. Yeah, it was advertised as new in box. It's in great shape. I've already looked through it. I just got to find a place to put it. And clean a little grease off the front. There's a couple little spots, like half of that on. Well, actually, I think that's the only page that's got any on it. Yeah, it's been taken care of. Everything's there. $130 off eBay, and the next closest price shot manual for that baler was $300. Or you do the, the $30 PDF and you spend the, I don't know, there's, shit, I don't remember how many pages are supposed to be there, but anyway, by the time you take the time to copy all that, or, print it all off, then get a decent binder. And Becky was going to finish the service manual on the 3394 today, and guess what? She ran out of black ink, and that's the one she did not have a spare for. So, and if you notice, battery tester laying there. We got the little baler hooked up this afternoon. Had to jump start the 2294 to do that. And yeah, we fought it last year. I guess we didn't really fight it. As long as it was fired up at least once a week, it was fine. But setting any time, it wasn't. And that's basically just in here because, it probably needs some air in the tires. Needs a little grease here and there. Otherwise, I think it's ready to go out. But I don't know that we're going to do anything yet. And that pisses me off. We just bought that hose, I think, last year. And that was some expensive fucking hose, too. Son of a bitch. That wasn't supposed to do that. And that's been undercover all winter. And hasn't been on the ground all winter. Anyway, the other thing I was going to show you. Haven't done it yet, but that is going to we got to get this cleaned up. It's going to get glued onto this, which is what it should be anyway. We won't do too much because the shape of that holds it. They kind of match, for the most part, because I think originally this thing is actually formed onto that by the looks of everything. But we're just going to put a little glue on it. And the Amazon gal just left. This is what Tylen found. I'm going to say it should work pretty good for what we're going to do. She could have got just the gun by itself and then had to buy staples. Could have had that tomorrow. Or, for the exact same price, was the gun in the case. Not that it's much of a case, but you know how those are. Of course, they always put the wrong coupler on. That's your homeowner version instead of the industrial version. I love the way they always just slop the tape on them. But it also came with all these staples. And I'm hoping that these that we were using will fit in it just so we can use them. Yeah, here they are. I'll get into one of these and see if they're the same, because if they're the same, we've got quite a few of these, and that's 1/4 inch is what pretty much everything uses anymore. Becky kind of wants her bike. Oh, what else? Oh, there was a frickin' tree at the top of the driveway. It was one that Mom didn't plant. It came out this morning. Yeah, I didn't get any of that either. Shame on me. All I can do is tell you about everything at the end, right? So anyway, that ought to be kind of handy. I wish it. I didn't look through the whole thing. I skimmed through it. The neat thing is, for each section you got, they're all individual books. It's not all loose. It's all individual stapled together books. So if you're working on a section, you can take it out of there and have it on the bench. But I didn't see where it told me the codes that we get when we're having issues. That's what I was really hoping to find. I mean, maybe it says something in the operator's manual to tell you where to look in that one. I don't know yet. Haven't got that far yet. And it keeps looking like it's going to rain. Then, drops here and there all day long. Nothing yet. Nothing to, have to put a coat on for anyway. You feel it, you wonder if it's really there or not. And you go, hey, there's a wet spot on my arm. So, anyway, that's what I know for the day, other than I guess I'm going to have to look and see what batteries are in the 3394 for sure. And go for a trip to Napa tomorrow and get a couple for the 2294. I think batteries and tires. I don't know. Focus, focus, focus. So, see where all the tape is on that one? Focus. That's where the tape should be if you're going to tape stuff. Start at the edge and keep it there. And it doesn't matter which direction you go, because one way it'll peel it off and the other way it takes it in. So, change that. And by the way, there's the industrial coupling. That's what we've used for 50 plus years, I suppose. They hold up pretty good, so I don't argue about it. Well, you know, when you think about it and you want to do it, it all fits and the lid closes. So now we have a better box for it. Just got to remember that that's where that goes, which means I might take a paint pen and just kind of do an outline so you got a clue. But that keeps it all together. And, one box of staples is too much right here, I guess. Either that or it was in the wrong spot. In the wrong spot, because there we go. It's in there. She's making labels. She's going to want to wash this thing off before she can put a label on it, though. It's all dirty. I'm going to have to get that off the end, too. Because that's not what's in there anymore.
No.
Huh?
I'm just gonna print 3 fucking labels and put it over the top.
Oh, okay. They don't stick real good on that. Where it's textured. They'll stick out right here, though. Anyway, there's our new stapler. And it does not take the same. But these are Aero T50 staples. And the other is Duo Fast or something. It's in that wooden box up there. Duo Fast, I think, is what they are. They're just a tiny bit bigger. I actually had a ream for one of those out, and the others slipped right over it. It's just so close to fitting in that gun, but it won't fit. So that's what I know.
Because I'm just the best daughter and bought it.
Yeah. Sometimes she's pretty good. She buys me shit. But she won't go take care of that list I got for Hobo Freight.
Hell no. I don't have the money.
I tried to get my other daughter to do that. She wouldn't even take the list. It ain't that big. It's only about $125. And by the time you get your inside track in there, you know, you get 10, 15, 20% off, whatever it is. So, just got to go in there and bite the bullet one of these days. And of course, I'll go in there and find more stuff. That's usually what happens. So, anyway, now we've got this fancy little box for something else, but experience with those, they don't last very long. It'll work for something, though. Either that or it'll find its way to the can. Or she'll take it home and use it. Maybe she'll put her fingernail stuff in there, because she still does her fingernail stuff. So, anyway, that's our day. Bunch of me gabbing and just kind of showing you around, and I'm sitting here just my leg jittering and shaking the camera. And Scrap Whisperer Matt, he popped a video up, so I got to go watch that. Then I will get this one up, and y'all can see what we did. Hope y'all had a good Tuesday. Hope everybody has a great hump day. Thanks for watching.